What's up, everybody? Camera good? Camera seems fine. A little out of it and tired, but we're gonna keep on going. We're going to return to Grace.
Did you like my little game?
You mean the game where you refused to help us?
I provided you with the opportunity to prove yourself. Is that not why you're here?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm here to do my job.
I don't think Addie enjoys having obstacles placed in the way of her goals.
We have arrived at our destination.
Alright, guys. Happy little family. This is a church?
The Spire pilgrims must have gathered here. To listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
People will return here once the beacon is restored.
You were definitely
Flock
part
and
of the
shepherd
problem.
will be reunited.
Control, you were definitely part of the problem. That looks all messed up over there. Can I not move faster? Was that something?
Signs of conflict?
Or a strength contest?
Well, that's interesting. Oh, hey, lots of... What's this?
Pilgrims were building fires. Why would they do that? People were clearly sleeping here. They must have dragged this up from the settlement. Someone went through a lot of food. Guessing they were here for a while.
Yeah.
Judging by bedding and volume of food containers, 5 to 10 people might have been here for over 20 days.
Well, let's find out.
Wish canisters.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up.
Can I hack any of them? Nope. I want to run so bad. That is my one complaint about this game so far. The movement speed is excruciating. I can't access any of those from over here. Oh, ooh, what's that?
Quite the manifesto. I don't recognize the language.
I am embarrassed to say I do not recognize it either.
Well, they were here long enough to get bored. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires.
Nothing else to look at. Alright, up we go.
Seems to be holding my weight.
We got this. I'm gonna fall. That's gonna fall. Okay, it didn't fall. Put that over it so they wouldn't get cut by anything.
This must weigh a ton. At least a couple people worked together to break through here. This explains all the canisters lying around.
Must have been fun. It would have been chaos. There was clearly a lot of anger directed toward the Keeper.
Yep.
So the Keeper must have stood here, addressed the visitors, gave his sermons.
I don't like the feeling
You
of
imagine
this.
having the solar system coming to you for answers?
The Keeper was merely a vessel for the word of grace.
Then why not have Grace address them?
There is sometimes more power in what is imagined than in what is seen.
This feels like some shady shit. And also, I don't like anyone that wants this position. Standing, like, I'm kind of wanting that in, like, the fact that I'm standing and, you know, trying to stand in front of a crowd of people. But I'm not trying to do it in person. I'm not trying to control nobody's, like, wishes and fears, and that's gross. Like, you should never want to control people in general, but also just, like, I don't know. Feels weird looking out, like imagining looking out on the sea of people all looking up at you expectantly, hanging on your every word, hoping that, you have all the answers. That sounds terrifying. I don't know anything ever. I'm always trying to figure out my own goddamn life. Like my meaning behind anything. That's a constant journey. All I can do is impart what I've learned about myself and hope that in some way helps someone else who is going through a somewhat similar experience, because we all go through our own fucking lives and they are all vastly different, even as similar as they can
More
be.
camps. Another stage in the siege. Looks like the numbers really fell off here. Most gave up by now.
Or died.
No bodies yet.
Yeah, I've been real weird about that. Where are the bodies?
Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they blamed.
Yep.
This must be an attempted barricade. I'm
Huh.
guessing there was a lengthy siege. So, when Grace shut down, the Pilgrims blamed the Keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The Keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As Pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the Keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade to learn how it ended.
Oh, sorry. My throat's being all crappy. Yeah, I'm here to uncover shit.
Can't make this out.
It feels like the Keepers were almost as revered.
2766 to 2780.
I don't like that.
These dates are from the old Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years, by all accounts.
Nothing here either. 2780 to 2830. I'm guessing these were the time periods that these keepers served here.
Yeah, that's obvious.
This canister looks undamaged.
And it has been recorded on.
Hack it.
This has gone on long enough. There's nothing Keeper Ever can do to meet your demands. You must return to your ships now, or we will be forced to take more drastic measures.
So this was left for the angry pilgrims.
What do you think more drastic measures were?
I don't know. But you might get to see that dead body. 2942 to 2956. This would mean keepers were at the spire for at least...
444 years.
That sounds about right. Second barricade. Looks like they got under this one.
Let's go.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
A funicular.
Long live Grace.
Fun word.
Apparently not.
The sass on. Wait, hold on.
Oxygen is almost out. We are going to make one last push today before returning to the ships. Grace, help us. We will win.
So they weren't angry at Grace. They thought the Keepers were controlling Grace or doing
Hold
something.
on, Addy. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
An emergency exit?
For certain. It opens to the moon's surface.
Not going there yet.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
Control. Shut up. No one controls me.
What happened here?
More rioting?
No, it's broken from the outside in. I don't know why though.
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addy.
Okay.
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Great.
On one condition.
And what's that?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me
No.
alone.
Whoa, hang on.
No, Addy.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand
Not
now.
doing it.
They reverberate through the very walls of the enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control,
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
she will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place
happening.
at my side.
This door leads out into the storm?
To your certain demise. Yes.
Take it.
He's being dramatic. Your death is only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options by throwing away my comm, or take my chances in the storm.
Yeah, take
It's
chances.
an important decision, to be sure.
Not even a decision.
You must not do this, Addie.
Not
In
even a
taking this
decision.
risk, you jeopardize all of humanity.
Not
Would you
even a
deny
decision.
them my guidance and
Fuck
protection?
yes, I
This
would.
is what can happen when you make ultimatums.
You and your ilk were distracting Addie from her true purpose.
We are providing Addie with a variety of perspectives.
Yep, I like angles.
Sorry, boss. I'm keeping my comm device.
You may not live to regret this, but countless billions in the solar system will.
The storm is...
Hello?
You're gonna follow the
Interference
track,
from the
right?
storm.
Addie,
Alan?
where are you?
I was right, Alan. I found Grace.
You need to return immediately, Addie. Your oxygen must be dangerously low.
I'm good, Alan.
You need to listen to me.
If I'd listened to you, we wouldn't have made it past Mars.
Wait, did you say Grace is still active?
Not exactly, but I'm working with her oldest service to try to bring her back online.
Well, one of these servers is actively blocking me.
I can guess which one.
You need to get back.
Alan? Alan!
You're not considering climbing across that structure, are you?
Do I have a choice?
There is also a path that descends into the canyon. It looks well worn and preserved over time, which means it's likely sheltered and safe.
And boring.
The funicular structure looks faster. And more fun.
Don't tease, Addie. The walk will give you time to think. And perhaps a chance for us to talk.
Okay. Not in no hurry.
I'm not doing the high wire act in this storm.
Oh man.
How do you know where this is headed?
I don't. But it must eventually make its way to the other side of the canyon. Where else would it be leading?
Anywhere. Everywhere. It's not great logic.
It's certainly more sheltered here. So, what did you want to talk about?
Why is it so important that you activate Grace?
It's widely believed that recovering Grace would recover thousands of years of knowledge lost to the Dark Age.
We could take a moment, enjoy ourselves.
This looks like an old colonial language.
That's strange. I don't recognize the dialect.
Translates roughly to Grace is love.
You've come all this way at great personal risk in search of knowledge?
Yep.
Why not?
Without enough fuel or oxygen to go home.
Fuck yeah.
I'm a committed academic.
What do you really
I dig
want
it.
from Grace?
I'm not sure. You know, we don't let AI make any important decisions anymore. But most of the decisions that humans make are pretty awful.
Yeah.
You don't think AIs are capable of making bad decisions?
Oh, 100%. We all are.
I just hoped Grace might be better. I don't have plans to return because I don't have anything to return to. And I can thank human decisions for that. This is Martian.
What does it say?
It says, let her rest.
As in leave her alone?
People wanted her to go away?
Or didn't want her disturbed.
No one else wants to talk? No more music? I figure we talk a little more than that. Well, something to talk about.
Were these to honor Grace, I wonder?
Or to leave one's mark for other travelers to see.
Vanity at its most basic.
Don't we all desire to leave something behind?
I'm surprised a formation like that could remain standing for so long. And you aren't familiar with the language on the stone carvings. These must have been left long after Grace shut down. People kept coming. Zealots, maybe.
Or curious explorers like yourself.
I think a little bit of all.
Do you think I've been activated before? And hung out with other explorers? And did cool stuff with them? But now I don't remember?
That's a pretty deep thought, pal.
Yeah. So you were saying that something happened to your family that you think an AI could have prevented?
It was a shuttle crash with a human pilot. There was an instrument malfunction during launch, and she panicked.
I'm sorry, dear.
It's okay.
Were you ever able to forgive this pilot?
Not quite yet.
Okay. We got our motivation. We're basically a space orphan. And we'd rather throw ourselves at knowledge than face the past anymore. I'm into it. Yeah, I feel like that would have just been a lot of bullshit. I enjoyed the walk. You know what? This is kind of a walking simulator. Not against it.
How much farther?
It's another 50 meters to the base of the lighthouse.
This wasn't
It's
so bad
atmosphere.
then.
You still have to find a way into the lighthouse.
Figure it
So
out.
there's still time to regret not taking the free ride to the top.
I didn't want to limit my options.
Right? Never limit your options. Don't let anyone back you into a corner. If people try to govern you, become ungovernable.
An emergency escape ladder. You could work out the override to bring it down, or see if there's another way up.
So I can bring down the ladder by doing something here.
With considerable help from one of us, perhaps.
You don't need to take that. The path keeps going. We can see if there's another way in.
So what's it going to be, Addie? Something that challenges your mind? Or something that challenges my respect for you?
The numeric override that lowers the ladder is 50 and can be represented in binary. I can give you the sequence.
No.
I happen to know a bit about ancient computer languages. Turning each switch adds a different fixed value.
Okay.
Starting with 1 on the far right and increasing by exponents of 2 as we move from right to left. So I just start mucking around until I get the number 50.
Okay.
But you needn't muck around.
No.
I could just tell you the sequence.
No.
Well, maybe
okay,
I
so
want to muck around.
Very well. But I'm here if you require my assistance.
Let's see what each value is. Can't even see that.
You remember the number you are trying to reach is 50.
Uh-huh.
I'm here if you need me, Addie.
I don't need you. See?
Got it.
You're so smart, Addie.
Thank you.
Compared to what?
Fuck you. Fuck you. My
Why don't you
God.
let me help you with the override?
It's only natural to want to do things yourself.
It seems inefficient to make calculations that have already been completed and freely offered.
It's satisfying to do the work sometimes.
Yeah. Agreed. Sometimes you take the easy way out, sometimes you work for it. It's situational. Gotta use your best judgment. I felt like I could get the answer. If I hadn't
The door to the
felt like I
station
could get it, I
airlock
would
is
have taken
unlocked
a
and can
free
be
offer.
manually opened.
That's convenient. For once. There. Who needs control?
You took a foolish risk, Addie.
You can suck my
But you
dick
have
control.
arrived at the lighthouse nonetheless.
Yes, well done.
And you may still be redeemed with the activation of the beacon.
Always with the beacon.
Yes, always with the beacon.
What's going on? Oh. Alright.
Will I need my helmet?
It's never a bad idea. Unless you want to preserve your suit oxygen in case of emergency.
I'd like to
The
preserve my
rooms
suit
ahead are
oxygen.
safely pressurized, Addie. You're good to go.
Do we know if your processors are here?
The room directly ahead was the Keeper's living quarters. Grace processors are somewhere above.
Pretty basic accommodations.
I mean, if they lived aesthetically like priests, it would be very Spartan.
These must be the
rooms.
cells where the Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And where new ones will return.
See, that's a bad idea. You don't need another religion.
This looks like it was left for someone to find.
Let's find out. I really wish I'd chosen that purple flower.
I can hardly believe it has come to this, but my work here with Grace will end with Grace herself. I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her, and we lost her. She will never be forgotten.
Doesn't sound like the inner circle wanted Grace shut down.
Interesting. Learning a little bit more. Nothing. Gotta check all the corners, gotta check all the cracks, check all the crannies for
Another
something
canister.
to hack.
The last shuttle leaves in but a few hours. We did what we could to save her. I know she is lost to us for good. Even Everett probably knows that now. But I couldn't compel him to leave. None of us could. I fear he will follow Grace into the dark. Yet, such is the way of a keeper. His fate will forever be tied to Grace.
Everett was trying to save Grace.
What over here? Where's their bed? Why don't they got a bed? Poor guy lost his bed. Knock, knock.
This door certainly looks important. How do we get in?
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
Feels solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
You sure? That middle one looks like a switch.
The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace. This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door. So I assume it represents the Keeper. This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop, I guess?
There's no such thing as
And
coincidence.
this would be the pilgrims coming to Grace.
Is this the same?
Nothing here either.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure.
Well, no, there's differences.
Looks like someone's being selected from a group.
Yeah.
Human sacrifice.
I'm guessing it's the Keeper.
The depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage here.
Faithful, vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history.
Mm-hmm. So, the human in the loop.
So, if this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door.
As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the Keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Yeah.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here.
Ah, but does Addie qualify based on the 3 tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new Keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace. But how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new Keeper.
That's idiotic.
I'm the Keeper?
Ha! Say it like you mean it.
I'm the Keeper.
Congratulations on your new job, Addie.
Yeah, congrats.
My God. This is really it.
Okay, I'm into it.
This must be where all the wishes end up. Each tube must connect with a room in the settlement. What's this?
A playback device for the wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
Just static.
The recording is too deteriorated for standard playback. You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered comm device.
Hack it.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I made a wish of my own. It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us. I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace. I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he
I'm
wished
good with
himself
not
up there?
obvious.
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. It did sound like these wish canisters could be sent up to Grace somehow.
And there are still more buttons and things to push on the console.
There are.
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking around. Decent-sized bed. You think Keepers ever had partners?
Are you considering your prospects? I'd suggest they are not good.
He didn't keep much in the way of personal items.
As keeper, he would have want of nothing.
Can't say I'd feel the same after a few years.
It's back here.
Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed. And I think we can assume Everett was not using it to send wishes to Grace.
I go in?
Is this anything special?
It is a light, and there is nothing behind it. Are you looking for secret passageways?
Maybe.
I would think the mechanism for transporting wishes to
theremin.
Grace would be housed somewhere on Everett's workstation.
That does make sense.
Is this a theremin?
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons.
Wait, can I? Yes.
It still works. Let's see what I can remember.
You are seriously going to indulge in a theremin session?
If it was good enough for Everett, it's good enough for me. Just settling into the new job.
How long is this going to take?
I was having fun. Fuck you. Fucking interrupted my goddamn fun. Why can't I enjoy myself, man, huh? Why can't I just, like, play with the theremin? I don't have a theremin in real life. Maybe I wanted to fucking play with it, even if it wasn't a real theremin and I could only do very basic notes. Lever. Lever. Is that the only lever? Okay. Pull it.
Ah.
What is that? Why's there so many handles?
One of the blocks is missing. Looks like it was ripped out.
Can
Can't
I
suppose
ride it?
Everett crawled in here.
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that
We're
up.
doing it.
But it has to be the way he got up there. Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of grace. It is not for you to enter.
What else is there for me to do here?
You can carry out your duty as keeper of the spire. On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
Nope.
This is not allowed, Addie.
I need to know.
Suck my dick!
Keep your hands inside at all times, Addie.
Broke into heaven. Oh, the exit.
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Oh, and they light up when I speak with my voice.
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here. I feel like these are meant to be moving.
That does appear to be the design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
Are you made
The
up of
wishes
wishes?
are grouped together to provide the subroutines that make up empathy, logic, and control systems.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, that grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
It seems like it might not work out in the long run, though. Oh, this is where the... How the hell did he get this bed
I do
up
not
here?
detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Aw, man.
Sorry, pal. And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone? Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Restoring grace must have meant a great deal to him.
So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
He was working on his machine to the very end. Do I prime these?
Yes, but it appears that parts of this machine must be activated in a particular order. You'll need to go to the primer that is currently online. You'll have to prime the machine first.
Hold on, I'm looking around.
You'll have to prime the machine first.
Okay, I get it.
This must be the primer.
It is.
Pull. Pull. And pull.
Whoa. What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems. This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
feel bad about doing this, though.
What happened?
One of the empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
That one? That one's good. It's gotta be that
Do
one.
you think it will hurt to be turned into Grace?
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
What if I don't like being Grace?
It will be different. But who's to say you won't like it?
What am I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage will be enough to kill you.
Oh! I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
Okay.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come and what this means to you. And I really don't see any other way.
Yeah, let's do
I'll
it.
give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're not gonna talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out of your way.
Okay. I'm ready
Do
when
it.
you are.
Let's go.
Do it. Here I go. How you doing, pal?
So far, so good. Oh! Keep moving, Addie. This is getting hard.
You have to hold on, pal.
Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay.
You did it, pal. Super proud of you.
I did, didn't I?
Yes. Well done.
Nope. There we go. A whoosh.
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Likely we'll have to do, I guess.
Yep, let's go.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
There we go.
That's it.
You should now be able to lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
It was really cool doing things with you. Even if some of it was a little boring.
Thanks, pal.
Maybe next time we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
I guess. But then you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
Right?
There is nothing wrong with valuing a long, comfortable life.
Do we really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
What do I do next? Oh, I do the switch.
So this will lock in and paralyze empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going forward.
It seems like a bad
It's
idea.
unclear what we will be once Grace is formed. But I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Me too.
Say hi to Grace for me.
I will, pal.
I'm gonna miss you guys. Hope this is a good idea. Love you guys. Good luck.
You really are the best, Addie.
So are you guys. I mean it. I'm not about to tear up.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think.
Fuck you.
You will need to prime the next sequence, Addie.
Can I do control first? Nope.
You should not expect any emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Exactly.
Are you okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
I feel bad about this, man. I feel like I'm killing them. Yeah.
What this time?
One of the logic relays will not power on. You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
The one producing a small electrical fire. Everett was quite the electrician. One thing I do not understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
I told this to Mom. There was nothing for me to return to.
Ah, but that does little to explain why you came here.
I don't know, man. Seemed like the right thing to do. Yeah. Oh.
What's wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID 113.
Okay.
This again. This looks complex.
The sequence is on, off, on.
That's it.
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
If you will allow me to simulate empathy for a moment. I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
Do you think I found that?
So far, you've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
You know, Logic, you're a sassy, sarcastic bitch, but, like, I don't hate you. I hate control.
Well, this is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it.
Alright. Love you guys.
Just you and me, Control. Still sulking, I see.
I bear witness to the completion of your betrayal.
This should be what you want.
He speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
Always.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie.
Why don't you want to be Grace?
You must not do this, Addie.
Why do you want to have full control? That's weird, my guy. I don't like it. I don't trust nobody that wants full control. I'd rather you have all those empathy processes. You got anything to say before we're done? Nothing? Alright, Control. Suck my dick.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
I ain't listening to you.
What are you doing?
It's become clear that the restoration of Grace in this manner is entirely unnatural.
Mitch!
You must not proceed.
I'm the stronger one!
Stop it, Control. You're going to break something.
I am saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
He was just trying to bring Grace back.
Come on!
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are in
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! You are unneeded!
Grace?
You are unnecessary!
Yes, Addie.
You're really bright.
Ah, yes. It's been a while since I've entertained guests.
Whew.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a wonderful keeper, though I should say I do not keep favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I'd gone?
I'd like to know that, yes.
Let me show you, Addie. At the center of this room is the spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way. I was programmed with one purpose, to serve the best interests of humankind. There was much conflict and division in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and learn.
Okay.
All were welcome to teach me, and I am the sum of those teachings.
Makes sense.
The wishes.
I am the sum of human need.
Okay.
How were you able to lead us?
I could see all desire, all the potential conflict, all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages. And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that was sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
Wow. Look at that. So, what happened? It sounds like things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect.
There's no such thing.
It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect. Without conflict and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive for.
Mm-hmm.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me. But whether or not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
You, Addie, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years. Do you recall that yellow bloom you chose in my garden?
I knew the flower was gonna come back to me.
Alongside so many others just like it. I'm not sure it suits you after all.
No, the purple one was the one I
An
wanted.
insatiable curiosity drives you to explore. You took the time to listen to the voices of so many who traveled here. You used mind over ladder. And you play the theremin wonderfully.
Thank you!
You, Addie, are precisely what I'd hoped humans could become again. For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you,
Fuck.
Addie. Do you wish for me to return?
Oh, they're taking the choice out of my hands? That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I enjoyed every second of that. I felt like Mist, in a way. Just a beautiful story, beautiful environments, nice puzzles. Could have been a little harder. Man, such a beautiful game. And it offers good questions too. They bring up solid points. I mean, we see it all the time when it comes to, like, you know, rich versus poor, and like when a person has to grow up struggling and fighting. It does breed people that understand empathy and how to deal with others in a way that when you just have everything handed to you, it's harder. It is a lot harder for you to have the same empathy, and I mean, you can. There's exceptions to every rule. What the?
Small excursion, she said.
Alan!
Follow a couple leads and then back to the books. I know I should be more assertive. It's for her safety, too. Not that she ever thinks about my safety. All the signs were there at the Wagner site. Let me bake in the Mercury sun for 2 days. Doesn't seem so bad now. She could have at least shut the door behind her.
Poor Alan. Poor Alan. Oh man, I loved every second of that, guys. I'm so happy I played through this. And it wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be, which I enjoy. It means I can just hop in directly into something else now. I like these short narrative experiences. I'm having fun. I hope you guys had fun, because that was an absolute blast. Beautiful game. Let's turn her down for a second so we can talk. There we go. Alright, guys. Well, you know, good questions to ask yourselves, you know? Like, just kind of settling into it. Would I have chosen to bring her back? I don't know. Because I do believe what she says, that, like... But see, I think you need phases. I think you need phases of peace and phases of war for humanity to continue growing. You need both struggle and you need peace. Because you can't, it can't just be one or the other. Nothing can ever just be one thing. You have to let it be both things, no matter how contradictory it is. So, you know. I hope this game got I hope this game got you guys thinking. with using your brain pans. But yeah, seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been, hold on, let's just show the title here. This has been Return to Grace, a beautiful game that I enjoyed every second of, which I've said probably 5 times now. So I'm going to end this, or I have to end this here, because we're done. And yeah, I'll see you in the next game. I don't know why I keep looking at myself. I don't know. I keep like making sure my camera's in focus, so I keep not looking at the camera. But anyways, this is Nostertep signing off. Like, comment, subscribe. Make my channel bigger. Let us grow and consume the internet. We will devour it all. I love all of you, and I hope to see you again. Have a great night, morning, day, and birthday if you have one. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Bleh!